whatever. Okay, listen.
Fuck you.
Okay, go ahead. You do?
Yeah. Even old stuff that somewhere on a disc.
It's just floating around.
So I mean, I got some stuff, but I mean, at those two things.
Huh. Well, we were gonna talk about some other shit.
It's blackmail material.
We'll get right back into that. I gotta fucking handle business for a second. This will be out before Wednesday. Lucky's Private Stock in Eugene. What do they call it? Cigar bar?
Or some shit.
Lucky's Cigar Bar. I was invited up to play a show with the Architects. Found out that headlining the show will be a rap band called No Birds Sing, who was just signed by Sage Francis, which kind of makes me really excited. Like, probably just follow the guys around all night and ask them what it's like, you know, hanging out with Sage or something, and just bug the shit out of him, make a total fanboy out of myself. But anyways, if you can make it, Eugene, show starts at 10. I'll be on at about 10:30 and 10:45 maybe, and love to see you there. I think that was all as far as promotion. I like having something to promote.
How are they connected to Sage? He signed him?
He, like 2 months ago, they're actually from Minneapolis, which is Rhyme Sayer's territory, but I think that's how they got connected with Sage. And he signed him to Strange Famous a couple months ago. Started seeing some shit, and then Sage's newest mixtape that he just put out, which I've got right here. Where is it? Right here. They're on it. We got a song with him.
Right on.
No big deal. But when I first found out about it, I was excited. I couldn't even sit down and calling everybody in the book to fucking tell them about it.
So how'd you get on? They're performing too?
Yeah, basically, Lucky's Private Stock is something that they do, I think, damn near every Wednesday. The Architects, who are from Eugene, put the show on every Wednesday, and just kind of get various artists. They've had DJ Abilities from ID and Abilities, and some various other groups. I can't really remember right now, but they were getting the Illusionists on this show, which is also a local Eugene group. I played a show. You might even have been to that show. I don't know. Down here, downtown, those old shows we used to play like once a month.
I went to 2 of your shows.
Well, the Illusionists played one of them, I remember, and the Architects were at a few of those back in the day too.
Are they the ones that played like the Wedding Singer clip?
I couldn't tell you.
They played like clips from a couple movies. I remember that. I don't know if that's them though. I don't know. I don't remember the name of those guys.
Yeah, it's been so long and so many drugs since then. And alcohol. But anyways, I played shows with these guys before. That's how I know them, and we've been trying to get. There's a couple of dudes, Insight and Cerebral, who have a little subgroup up from the Architects called Collective Influence.
Are any of these guys good? Like, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Really?
The whole Architects crew, they're all dope. The Illusionists, I haven't really listened to their shit a whole lot, but what I remember from playing with them, they were, they had a pretty good live show, and I think they do the live band thing also. I'm not positive, or they used to.
Fuck yeah, I'll check them out.
The Architects, their whole roster, KI Design, Undermined, who's the little Asian guy, like I said, Insight and Cerebral. I don't know much about Ebb, and there's Pariah is another guy that I don't know much about them because they weren't at the shows that I played with them, but they're all dope. They're all fucking talented cats, and all cool dudes. They do those King of the Dot rap battles. Some of them do. Pariah and KI both do, and
fuck yeah.
They're doing some things.
So in other words, you and Bud better not suck.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
day.
In other words, we better show up. We've been practicing and shit,
Yeah, I think you guys like it.
getting it down, because it's a whole different thing. Usually I bring my music to the sound guy and he plugs my songs in, and if I tell him to pause in between songs so I can talk or whatever, that's that. But the whole thing me and Bud are doing, he's actually scratching. We're incorporating it in throughout the songs and everything. And
So really, the only way the show could go bad is if Bud screwed up.
I wasn't gonna say that. No, no, he's nervous, but he's fucking.
I guarantee you,
he's
Bud's
getting
nervous,
it down,
but-
and
Bud's nervous if you were like to invite him to come over here and just
Yeah.
hang out with us.
but he's
yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
but if he can handle it, Bud is getting good.
Yeah. And you guys saw last night we did a little run through of the set list. Fucking, I screwed up a couple times and he screwed up a couple times, but at this point, fucking every day has been better and better, and we're gonna have it down. And there's not really a chance for either one of us to fuck something up big time,
Right.
Anyways, so it'll go off good.
Have you been daydreaming for like a little Wayne's World Sage Francis moment where he comes up with a cigar and he's like, I've been watching your show. I want to sign you.
Maybe I haven't not that exact scenario.
I would be that's why I thought of it. I would be.
But I've definitely had it in my mind, like if I can make an impression
it's possible
over the 25 minutes or whatever that I'm gonna be on stage.
It's how that shit happens, man. Like it's like a line of connection. That's how people find people sometimes.
Yeah.
If you impress these guys that actually got signed by Sage, and they get so excited about you that they take your demo, and that guy that they take it to actually listens to it and likes it, that's how shit gets started. So you never know.
Yeah. And we've finally got the
I say you
Epsilon.
have no shot in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
well,
much.
you've always been the hope in my soul, the little bright patch of destiny.
I was here to tell you what you're doing wrong.
And then when you get signed, he's gonna be like, "You guys are gonna need management."
I knew it. I knew you had it in you the whole time.
I fucking told you, man.
Follow your dreams, man. So what's up with the manager spot? Is it?
Yeah. He's like, "You guys are gonna need some real representation." Sign
Which,
this piece of
you know
paper."
what? Dylan's pushy enough to where I think he actually would make a good manager. Like he's not afraid, because I don't like doing that. As far as my own shit, I don't like throwing it in people's faces.
Well, the best managers aren't necessarily
yeah.
business guys. They're just guys that
don't mind fucking
know how to haggle.
Yeah. So, yeah. Until you piss me off, that spot might be open someday. So, fucking keep your shit together and put me together a promotional packet or something, and we'll talk.
Dylan calls you. He's like, "I got you a bar mitzvah in somebody's backyard."
You'd be like, this weekend you're doing a Springfield
4-year-old's bris
Oh shit!
in some religious retreat. So I think that's all. Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Lucky's, fucking be there. Everybody's gonna try to make it. I'm sure there's only gonna be 15 people, but I'm gonna fucking kill it for those 15 people. And yeah, that's that.
I need to find out like who all is going and when they're going, because the biggest thing stopping me is just I think I get off early enough to probably make it, but I don't know. I don't really trust my truck right now. That's the thing. But maybe I'll figure something out.
It's a long drive, and the weather's gonna be kind of iffy too, as from what I've heard.
I might talk to my mom about borrowing her blazer or something.
That'd be way cool. And the more people that I can get to come there, the better that looks. And they've already Marshall or Insight's already told me, like, we know you're good. Fucking basically you're here anytime you can make it up, and you just let us know ahead of time. So hopefully.
What time do you think you're going on? Are you guys first?
10:30. Randy will go up and do his set. I think he's doing five songs or so, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and then I'll come up, and then Randy will come back up for the couple songs that we do together.
Okay.
And then I think it's the Architects after that, and then the Illusionists, then No Bird Sing, which, you know what, I'm just as long as people are there to see me and fucking people that know my shit just a little bit, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, because I want to fucking next time, maybe I get, instead of 20 minutes or whatever, maybe I get 40 minutes or I get a chance to fucking, instead of just doing all my hyped up, fast-paced fucking, live show stuff, I can do some more, show my range a little bit, so to speak. Yeah. And Bud, the way he's been working on mixing and scratching and shit, he'll be able to do his own thing too, as far as just busting out some some little DJ set kind of thing.
Right on.
So it'll be cool. I think it'll work out nicely. So Kynes,
I was just picturing Bud like it reminds me of like Garth and shit. Like you were talking earlier, like if he did like a DJ set when he got done, he would just be, I like to play.
I like
to play.
Thank you.
As far as personalities, we're pretty much fucking Wayne and Garth. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like you got the fucking mouthpiece, like
So Heather.
and then Garth's just kind of total badass at the drums, but he's just nervous.
And
all the time.
He's the one that's always handling the technical shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's the one that gets the fucking signal into Mr. Big's limo and shit.
right.
With his computer.
That was ahead of its time back then. He was hacking and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Before hacking was hacking. I'm trying to move on to Kynes never having anal before, so fuck my show right now. We got some serious business to attend to.
Yeah.
What's the deal? 29? Are you 29 yet? 29 years and
no anal.
No anal.
And I have fucked some dirty sluts too.
And did you try every time or?
No, that's the thing. Is I was always a lot of the girls that I've hooked up with, I probably could have, but I just didn't know how to bring it up.
It's a touchy subject. You gotta be real gentle with.
But all the couple real relationships I've had are girls that I've had sex with more than a few times. I've brought it up and got shot down. But I have been with some chicks that I probably could have pulled it off if I would have tried.
Well,
and Natalie
that's no dice.
It's gonna be one of those things that I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be, if I ever pull it off, it'll be because I have cancer or like a 10-year anniversary or something. And we'll have to make a deal.
Cancer doesn't get you much.
One time I was like, here's the deal. Let me do it for 2 minutes. We'll set an alarm clock. And she was like, and her counter offer was that she would 100% do it if she could put a dildo in my ass for 2 minutes afterwards.
What?
And here's the thing. I actually had to debate that shit.
That's just spiteful.
Yeah.
It's just spiteful.
No, that's her thing. Is she was like,
it's not gonna give her anything.
It's just payback.
Yeah,
that's all it is. And I thought about it. I didn't say no right away.
Did you try to haggle her down to a finger or something? Maybe?
There's a way you go about it. Like chicks, like I don't know what she thinks about it, but is she thinking like you're just gonna just fucking stab her?
No, that's I've tried
jump from across the room.
I've tried every angle imaginable, man. I've been like, look, there's ways to do it. I was like, I was like, I'll be gentle.
Some thought.
Lubrication. I was like, there's a way to do it where it doesn't hurt bad. And I was like, and you just got to give it to me for 2 minutes. And she was like, fuck no. It's been no every time. I just stopped bringing it up at this point.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you just give up. And
like Brandon, he just lost. Oh, well, fuck it, I'll just out him. He just lost his virginity like a year ago or two.
What?
And he's been on a roll lately since then. Like
right, yeah. Once you break down the dam.
He already had anal sex. He just pounded this girl that he's seeing out in Merle Creek. Let him get in the back door already, and I was like, "You little bitch."
So you had that up on him all these years.
Yeah, well, I mean,
if I told you how many back doors I knocked down, you guys would ask me why the hell I was even continuing to go through the.
I don't even know if I don't even know if I'd be even surprised at anything at this point.
That's why you haven't heard me say much on the situation.
And I'm sure the exact number.
I actually don't about that.
Come on. You got a checklist somewhere, I know it.
No, it's in the double digits. But it's not like I don't know exactly.
Well,
it's a lot of stretch butthole.
That is.
Oh man.
You
actually no, that's probably not actually.
No?
I'd say maybe like
I think I got 3, maybe 4. I can't really remember.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of drunk nights when I'm sure that I tried it and just didn't
4.
remember if.
I know for 4, at least.
Well, there was like okay, so every one that I've
5
that I've been there with.
This could go on.
It yeah, just keep thinking while I'm talking. It's always been, well, is what they say, you know. It's always been the first time, like that I was the one to kick it down. And you start with a little digital manipulation.
Yeah.
You know,
Getting it primed.
1 knuck, maybe 2, and you don't fuck the starting with the pinky shit because it's just, I mean, you start with the finger. Or
I have not saying I'm gonna put the finger in the bottle, but I've never put a finger in a bottle to prime it.
Really?
Prime.
You just pull out and go for it?
No, it's not, like I said, I'm not just like
You have a conversation
bottoming
first?
out like on first give. You know, you gotta fucking
Ease it.
Well, yeah, of course. As with all things.
I've gotten my fingers.
So you go about a half inch. So you sit back and relax for
Now-
about 10 minutes.
Now, when you're okay, is this some of the dirty sluts you're talking about that you think you could have, you just didn't try?
Yeah, or just just shit's getting out of hand. And, shit's getting intense, and I decided to go for it, and I wasn't stopped. So.
Because that's all my argument is if I'm not stopped from that, then
Yeah.
why not? Let me.
Right.
It's.
I don't know. Man, I'll pull it off one of these.
You know, I don't even know.
I'll talk Natalie into it one of these days. I'm sure.
Huh.
I'm
Maybe not after she listens to this podcast.
I'm not 100% sure, but.
All right. So.
Nothing else.
Nothing else on the
Just to go
subject
flange.
Well, what else would his
You ever
fucking
beated one
earlobe
before?
or something?
No, you never beated one before.
No.
Jesus.
No.
Dude,
Am I ahead of my time?
Just,
Huh?
Am I ahead of my time? That's horrible.
some guys are just better at pulling it off.
I'm going straight to hell.
Well, you've done the brrrr, like straight up beads.
Boop, beep, 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 beep.
Huh?
No, I've never even had those around. I mean,
Yeah, and I've seen them in stores. That's what
I've done some other shit
They were brought to my attention.
toys wise, but
Okay, it's not like I went out and did this myself.
Man, some of the wow, that's amazing. When it gets brought up, like the only toys that I've ever had involved is like little fucking vibrating something and.
I put on one of those
I'm like,
Yeah,
we
cock ring.
That's child's play.
vibrating cock ring thing.
Yeah,
I've done
yeah.
that once. That was interesting.
Yeah, but I'm
retired.
A little something for
I hung it up a while ago.
hung it up.
Yep.
Do you still have it? It's like
straight
hanging on a
missionary,
nail.
straight
And...
missionary all the time. That's it. I'm lying, but
Okay, yeah. God damn, that would be sad.
Missionary with your eyes closed,
Yeah,
under the blankets and shit.
blankets completely covering. Don't you dare lift that leg up.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend like that once.
that was it. That was all like.
Pretty much, it was because she was like so self-conscious about everything. She wanted the lights low. She didn't want you to look. Like, if you're in missionary and you raised up so that you could actually watch the penetration,
You have to look at your
she
dick.
would make you stop because she didn't want you to look. Cause
Are
she'd
you
get
kidding?
It fucking drove me crazy.
Oh my god, you have to sit back and admire what you're doing to this poor girl.
It's definitely going in. Like, you have to,
Oh, it's coming out again. Yeah,
Yeah.
going back. Okay.
see, and most other girls that I've hooked
Like
up
looking
with.
from the side, you're like, oh, well, I see his balls.
Yeah.
You have to like.
Or in Danny's case, ball.
Thank you.
Most girls get it, though. They like understand that guys are like that. But I had a girlfriend that was
Oh.
She didn't want to do doggy style because it hurt, and she didn't like the angle. And
You're bumming me out, dude.
Exactly.
You're bumming me out right now.
yeah, I know. I dealt with
Okay.
that for quite a while.
Fuck. Oh god, I don't even know how we can continue on this subject. I don't think I'll ever get a hard on again
Well, that's the thing.
because of this fucking
The light at the end of the tunnel is that Natalie is the exact opposite of that.
excellent.
She just understands guys, but she has one line, and it's
That's it.
It's
That's it.
if of all the things I have gotten away with her, and the things that she's cool with, because she's a real sexual person. Having one thing one rule, I guess, isn't so bad. It only sucks because it's one thing I haven't gotten to do, so I can deal with it.
Huh.
I mean, a threesome is even on the table still. So
Well, I have 2 stories before we move on from this
I've
whole
done it all
subject.
except for shit on somebody or been shit on.
I was gonna see
all
if you were
amped.
gonna throw in that been shit on too, because it wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, I haven't done any of that either.
No, I don't even understand why. You've been pissed on?
No, I said or that.
Oh, okay. I don't understand how even that's a sexual thing. Like, I understand dominance in during sex and stuff like that, because you love fucking just holding a girl down, and fucking
Burning her with a fucking lighter.
I don't think there's a printer
she's
that can hold up
screaming
ink to
no.
print off my resume. And well, none of that shit like burnt.
Okay, well, so one time I start seeing this girl, quiet, really soft-spoken, nice, blah, blah, blah. And,
She's got a dick.
well, it's post-op, come on. No, like, we start boning or whatever, and one night, I fucking slip her the old finger, just see what's up, and then, okay, she's not stopping me. Well, yeah, I'm in there. So then I go for it and give it a go, and it's just not, I can't get it in there. It's not happening. Well, the next night, bless her little heart, she pulls out a big bottle of lube, and it's basically just like, go to town.
Wow.
And I should have married her.
God sent.
Should have married her on the spot. Should have got her a ring the next day. Didn't. Blew it, But
There's just some girls that just get it.
well, I think some of them like it, and that's. You ever have one go, I want to do something different tonight? That's as soon as I hear that, it's like anal. That's what she means.
Yeah.
So, okay, another thing about degrading and dominating women. I have a buddy who's really having a rough time with his wife. I don't even need to get into the specifics, but shit's going bad, and she's a fucking psycho. But the other day, he's just going off to me.
Do I know this person?
No.
Okay.
Going off to me about how rough the shit is, and he goes, but he's like, the one time that I do get her back, because she slaps him and calls him bitch and stuff, and he's not one to fuck with. Like, if it's a dude, like...
in the sack?
No.
Or just
in real life, they get in
dispute.
fights. Yes. And he won't hit her or whatever, but she fucking tries to haul off on him and fucking breaks her phone and go, you owe me a new phone, bitch. Like, to him. That kind of stuff. But he gets done fucking just venting to me and going off. And he goes, but he's all, the one time that I do get to fucking take it all out on her, he's all, is when we're fucking. He's all, I make that bitch hold the laptop on her stomach while I watch porn while I'm fucking her. and he's all I say the most degrading shit to her, and I just make her, and I yell at her when she starts, when I can't see the screen properly, and just tell her she's got this
That's just rage fucking.
telling
To me.
her she had well, it's not going to be for long. I can see it in your eyes. I can see the wheels turning.
And I'm like sitting here thinking about, I'm like, hey, Ashley, get the fucking laptop and plug her in and get it all charged up.
I told Natalie once that I wanted her to scream racial slurs at me when we were having. I was like, it's like next time we bone, can you just think of different racial slurs to call me? And she was like, no. I wanted her to be like, fuck me, you spick. You fucking greaseball.
You call that fucking, you dirty wop? What are you gonna do now?
Yeah, I thought it would be fun, but she wasn't.
That's fucked up.
Oh shit. I forgot. Oh yeah, you see. One other thing is, one time I talked a girl into let me film her while she blew me. That's the closest I ever got to, other than sending dirty pictures and stuff back and forth.
We're actually filming?
Yeah, with my phone, I was like, yeah, this is a fat girl that used to live across the street from me when I lived in Bend.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit of that actually.
I'm not going to comment.
It's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
I'll get on the internet right now and find you, dude.
I've never done it to a girl without her consent.
Yeah, you don't.
And I've never.
Yeah, me either.
And I've never
But I've never
kept
done it.
anything that I always told, like I said, if anytime you want to destroy it, and when I've even offered to be like, look, it's only gonna be on this one thing, and you can take it. So I've never done it.
Like when you guys parted ways, or
yeah. I've never done it in a way where like I hid it under some socks or shit or something and fucking
inside a teddy bear hollowed out.
It's okay because that's creepy shit. I don't know. I guess I could probably see myself doing that to a girl that I was pissed at or something though. But I never. Oh, yeah. It's always been. Actually, the first time was the girl's idea. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's a really good idea."
I've always had to talk them into it, or I've tried and it failed. But then sometimes it's like, come on,
it's fun stuff.
Just like I just want proof of this.
What's crazy is
really
like,
good at
you're like nobody's ever gonna believe me.
For me, the ones you expect to be okay with it weren't, and the ones that you'd be like, oh, there's no shot in hell. We're just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Story.
Like, what?
No, the story of old chicks in the sack seems to be.
I didn't even bother though asking, hey, do you know copies or any of that shit? I was just like, I there was nothing said. Like it was done, over with, and I just kept it.
Yeah.
Well, the way I figured
it's
is
yours now.
if a girl was mad at me,
I'd capture that motherfucker.
And she's like, I'm gonna show everybody these pictures of your dick. I'm like, okay, fucking, just gonna get me another date, Like I never took a picture of my dick that made it look small, It's
gotta have the lighting because I'm like, hey, if she doesn't give this to me again, I'm fucking showing everybody.
Use it for blackmail.
You're using what's the word that they do with cameras and shit? Make shit bigger and smaller and
like
force perspective. Force perspective with my dick to make it look like it's huge. So it's like, yeah, give those pictures out if you're mad at me. I don't care.
Me and Natalie were joking around the other day
fielding about phone calls from your friends in 20 minutes.
We were joking around about how like breaking up, and I was telling her, I said something like, she would just be miserable anyways, and she was saying how she would rebound in no time with a guy with lots of money because we were giving each other shit, and I was like, yeah, everything would be going great until he got a fucking video in the mail of you blowing me. And I changed the fucking date on it, and she was like, you wouldn't, and I was like, I don't know, I might
digitally put in yesterday's date and time. whatever his work hours are or something.
So guys, why is this dated for next Tuesday?
Yeah. Is this from the future?
It's what has
that'd
been
be even
going
fun.
to be.
That's even better idea. Is I plan to set it for the future, and I'll try to wear like futuristic clothes. Or I guess I wouldn't be able to because it's already recorded, right? So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You really have to start thinking about that ahead of time.
Or make a new one and just tell her it's themed.
Yeah. Yeah, we could I'll plan that ahead of time, and I'll wear like fucking a lot of like tinfoil or something.
I'm sick of watching this one of you blowing me with just regular clothes on. I just want to.
I'll have like eyeliner on and shit, and I'll just guess how people will dress in the future.
Like, is this fucking a Ziggy Stardust video?
Yeah. Look like David Bowie and shit.
Well, I think we could do this all day, but I think somebody's gonna have to change it to the subject. Fucking Anderson Silva, man. The end of an era.
Yeah, sad.
It
Did
was.
you see the comments?
Yeah, I didn't see the fight, but I saw the video of him snapping his leg over and over again.
How could you watch that?
I watched, well, the video showed the replay, like click, 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 and his leg was like,
oh, God.
But I only watched one video. It was hard to watch, dude. I mean, not because I love him so much. I think he's great, but I'm not in love with any MMA fighters.
Oh, I was so mad.
I don't really like him.
But it was
Never
hard
really
to
have,
watch.
But I like him more than Weidman, and I want him to beat Weidman. But Weidman was doing work the whole fight.
He
haven't seen the
fight. He
dominated
the fight.
So Weidman was winning anyways.
Yeah, and before
he was so like anorexic looking compared to the last fight. He looked all meaty in the last fight, and this one he looked like skin and bones. It was creepy.
Weidman? Yeah, he did look like he had to cut a lot of weight real quick or something.
Mm-hmm. He was all pale and looked sick.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he walks into the ring fucking, well over 200 pounds.
Now, the question I had that I didn't have anybody to ask was, when he snapped his leg, is that just because, was that like a freak thing that never happened?
No, it's happened before.
Or is he like deficient in his bones, or what the fuck is going on?
There's a couple of factors. One is when you throw a kick, if you don't turn your hips all the way into it, think about your leg being a popsicle stick.
Yeah.
And the popsicle stick is lengthways like this.
Right.
Going down vertical with your foot or whatever.
And the skinny part's up on the top of your shin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to break a popsicle stick going that way. You turn it sideways and it snaps easy.
Right.
So if you don't turn your hips all the way in, a big chance is you're going to be taking that, you're going to be kicking right on where your calf starts, and not the bone.
Exactly where he took it.
And second factor is the reason that they teach you about checking kicks is because instead of him catching you with the kick here, you lift your leg up to catch it, and it catches right here on this. This is a hard.
So it was a nice block.
Oh yeah. And before the fight, even
Oh God,
I saw a Weidman interview before the fight, and they said, what are some of the things you're working on in your camp for this? And he said, the only thing last time was he picked me apart with those leg kicks, like pretty bad, and so I've really been working on checking leg kicks and for this fight or whatever. And then sure enough,
you fucking won the fight with it.
Yeah, broke his fucking leg. It was me and Ramon.
Completely.
Me and Ramon ended up just wrestling around in the kitchen, just yelling at each other. Fucking, I'm screaming at him, "There is no God."
That's a brutal way to go out, but
especially just 2 losses like that. The one
done?
was so. Apparently, while he was having surgery, he was asking the surgeon, "When can I come back to training? When can I come back to training?" So I don't know. The dude's 38 years old, and that's not super old in normal years, but in fucking MMA years, you're getting there. Couture was a fucking freak.
How old is he?
He's 38.
That's old, man. For sports.
Couture was a freak, and I think he fought until he was 45 or something like that, or 46. Dan Henderson, who's been knocked out, I think, or he's on an 0-3 losing streak or something like that. He's 42.
But 36, 37, 38 is when shit starts to happen.
Yeah, from 30 to 35, I think is about your MMA prime.
That's why if for everybody that hates Floyd, if you want to watch Floyd get knocked out or beat, it's probably going to happen when he has has 4 more fights with Showtime over the next 2 years.
You think he's done after that?
He's 37. I don't know about done, but he's 37. I think in this next 4 fights, I think he'll probably take a loss. Not because he's not great still, in my opinion, but
he can't take that, man. I mean,
he's slowing down, and he's when you're slowing down and you're still fighting the best out there, then something's gonna happen.
And I've always kind of looked at it like as far as taking punches in the head, like a Mortal Kombat bar. You know what I mean? Like your life bar. Are you serious? It's like a life bar. You get punched in your head, and it keeps going down. So eventually, like what happened with Chuck Liddell, he's been knocked out. He was knocked out, like 4 out of his last 5 fights or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just happens, you lose your chin eventually and fucking...
I hate that guy.
Who?
Chuck Liddell.
Really? What do you got against Chuck? The Iceman. That's it?
Everything.
You just hate him? That's all you want to go with?
The way he looks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to give him the what for right now on the CaveCast?
Call him out and shit.
So yeah, I honestly, I don't know that I want to see him back, because first of all, it'd be weird not seeing him fight for a title, and second of all, I just worry about, how fucking shitty would that be to watch him go out with 3 losses in a row, just like all those other guys that couldn't call it quits early enough.
Yeah. Well,
How shitty was it to watch Royce Gracie come back and fight Matt Hughes? It was like,
oh my God, just so sad.
Go home, bro.
Yeah.
You got it made.
You have to look at the game and realize that it's passed you by, like that you just...
I've been thinking about that a lot with Floyd lately, though, because he's undefeated and he's 37. He's done everything besides fight Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
But even if
which Pacquiao's been knocked out twice now or something.
He's been knocked out 3 times in his career, and he has like 6 losses.
I mean, in the last few fights.
In the last couple fights, Floyd could retire now and have, a great career under his belt. But there's part of me, even though I'm a huge fan, that wants him to fight till he loses, to know for sure that he's done. and I would like.
That's a good way to think.
Retiring undefeated is rare, and like it's hard. If he was to retire now, you would always wonder like how far could he have gone. I think he's at 40. He's 45-0. I would at least like to see him make it to 50, so he can get to what's his name's record. That'd be cool.
Whose record's that?
I think not LaMotta, but the other guy,
Marciano. That's it, because LaMotta was I was thinking.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I think, and he wouldn't beat Marciano's record, but he'd at least get to 50. And Marciano's the only other boxer that ever did that. It would be cool if Floyd went 50-0. So I'd like to at least, and he's got, like I said, he's got 4 more fights with Showtime. And I bet if he wins all 4 of these fights, he'll probably do at least 1 more fight to make it to 50, and then who knows what'll happen.
Huh? Yeah, you can't go out at 49 wins.
No, you'd want. Anybody would want 50.
Anybody. I don't know. So that 50th fight would have to be against somebody. Like, do you think there's anybody even coming up now that could be to that level where it would be that exciting of a fight?
There's always stuff like, and by then Martinez won't be a big fight. But if Floyd was at 49 right now, there's Pacquiao, Martinez. By the time that happens, which will probably be in 3 years, who knows?
How many times does he fight a year? Once or twice?
He used to fight once, but with the 6-fight contract with Showtime, he has to fight twice a year. He's already fought twice. He owes 4 more in the next 2 years.
Wow.
He's fights.
How many millions?
Millions
Like
of
$100 million a fight or something? Like
yeah,
that?
he's making
ridiculous.
He signed a gigantic.
I
contract.
cannot believe.
Are they? Is it really still like? They're still making enough money to pay somebody $100 million.
That's what blows my mind.
People think that I just had this argument the other day because I'm a fan of both MMA and boxing. People that say that boxing's dead, boxing is breaking their own pay-per-view records from back in the 80s to this day. Floyd and Oscar broke all-time pay-per-view records for any sporting event. The all-time record for a pay-per-view numbers is held by a boxing match, which was Floyd versus Oscar De La Hoya. They're still breaking their own records. They're not dead, but they are in a certain way. When people like the way that they have died is they're not part of pop culture.
Right.
They're not part because they're only on HBO, Showtime, and pay-per-view. They're not doing what MMA is doing, which is being on Fox and stuff like that. I mean, they do have Wednesday and Friday night fights on ESPN, but nobody, even real boxing fans, don't watch that shit because it doesn't matter.
You know, Glory is starting having kickboxing on cable TV now. Glory's a kickboxing promotion, and that's pretty cool. I dig kickboxing.
Is Don King no more?
I don't know.
He's still a player. He's not the two big monsters. Or Top Rank, which is Bob Arum, which is
Pacquiao, Golden Boy,
and then Golden Boy Promotions, which is Oscar De La Hoya and Richard Schaefer. But Don King still, he's a fucking cockroach. He'll always find a way to make some money.
All right. So I seen today actually. I looked into it and I seen you ended up getting in a little more extended argument over the whole PETA thing on Twitter.
Yeah, that was because somebody responded. And that ended up branching out into whether meat was good for you or not with some
right. Yeah, I kind of looked at it a little bit.
Yeah.
So
but somebody from the actual PETA thing.
PETA's Twitter account was.
Me and PETA got into it, and then to the point where
they went back and forth.
See, I was telling Ashley about it, and we looked up your Twitter account. We were reading it and shit, and fucking. She's all you watch. She's all this shit will end up making like some fucking national news or some shit like that.
Now with news. Fucking
okay, yeah.
Now with news started following me because of the debate.
That's crazy, dude. I pick fights on Twitter all the time, and nobody ever bites. I want to get famous off of a Twitter fight.
Off of this, like this guy started following me. This guy started following me. Where's it at though? Now with news is now following you. This is news. I mean. Started following me, and that was because of the Twitter or the PETA thing. And then I got a message, which I think is still in my email.
Yeah, I like the most followers I got was off of a Jim Norton retweet.
Anyway, I got a thing
Got
from
5.
them. I got a thing that they were gonna do something with the posts or the back and forth me and PETA had. I don't know I don't know if it's gonna be on their website or if they meant they were just retweeting it or what it is. But it started out because Cage posted a story about PETA being like murderers. Like they're the animal rights group that's always attacking everybody.
Yeah, let's hear it. I want to hear
A reporter, this guy did this report on him and found that like he went and did the numbers on how many animals they euthanize a year.
And he was like undercover.
Kind of undercover, yeah. And you know, PETA has this thing where animals are not to be killed for any reason. That I mean, you can't not to wear clothes, not to eat food, nothing. And then this report pointed out that they kill more animals a year than anything by euthanizing cats and dogs that actually need it. I mean, I'm not against euthanasia, but
what about the adults in Asia?
That was pretty good.
Fuck them too.
Fuck them all.
But what they found out is that not only do they kill this many animals, but when this came out, they're saying, well, yeah, we're for euthanasia because we're against animal suffering, and there's not every animal can be saved. This guy found out that not only were they not trying to save the animals, but that they have these vans where they actually go pick the animals up in, and they're killing the animals in the vans before they even get to a place. They don't even try to find a place for them to go. They're just taking money, and then they're going and picking up animals and killing them in the back.
So
of the
before
van.
they even like check them out to see if they have a shot or anything.
Before they don't even try to see if they can find them a home or anything
it's
like
that.
that.
Me calling somebody and being like, yeah, I get a ride to the hospital. I got the flu. I get in the van. They say, no, fucking
Yeah,
they're just like
just go to bed. Just go to bed.
sleep.
Cage jumped their shit about it on Twitter, and
because of the hypocrisy of it, or just because
I think in Cage's case, I think he might have been a PETA person, is what he was trying to say.
Sage used to be, sort of.
Yeah,
I haven't heard him say much about it in a long time now.
Which is, I'm not completely like for the most part. There's lots of things that I agree with PETA on. I'm against fucking SeaWorld. I always have been. I'm against fucking.
Have you watched Blackfish?
I'm against
yet?
the rodeo. I haven't seen it.
I keep
yet.
getting
I've
told I
heard
need to
about
watch Blackfish.
I just don't I don't think it's necessary to do that to animals, but one thing I am for is hunting for your own fucking food. I'm against trophy hunting. I'm against, not to the point where I think it should necessarily be illegal. It's just something I don't like. I'm not into. I look down on people who do like fucking fenced in canned hunts.
Right.
Like
that shit's bullshit.
Yeah.
Where they breed these fuckers and keep them in a fenced in acreage and just let you go out there and
Ted
pick one.
Nugent's machine gunning pigs out of a helicopter and
yeah,
shit.
you can have a debate about that, but even that's something I'm not interested in.
Well,
I mean, those things are considered pests and they do fuck up the world, but I mean,
put them out of their misery with one well placed.
Maybe getting in a helicopter with a machine gun.
Make a reality television
over the top
with a Tommy gun or something and a fucking fedora on.
I responded to when Cage put that thing up and he posted the link to the report. PETA went on a rampage. They
damage control kind
damage control. They were literally, because obviously a bunch of people responded to Cage's tweet, and they literally were responding to all these people and being like, no, this isn't true. And all I said was, wow, Cage, you fucking drove PETA crazy or something like that. And then I, just joking around, I put PETA as a death camp, hashtag PETA kills animals or something like that. And
I know I put that PETA kills animals hashtag up. I wanted to get that shit going.
And I put a lot of time went by. I didn't even get responded to, and I noticed the other day I got a text message that PETA responded to me, and then they said, we're for euthanasia and this is why. And I said, I'm not against euthanasia for animals that can't be saved, but I am against PETA being against euthanasia.
Against hunting
for food, but while you guys are euthanizing animals. Yeah. And then that's where the whole thing started. And me and PETA went back and forth.
And they eventually, they said the same thing every time, was just like, oh, we're sorry you feel that way, but please stop hunting. Yeah. Like there was no info, I was like,
I was like, you guys are trying to claim the moral high ground for killing animals out of sorrow while I kill animals for food. Like, you don't get the moral high ground because you're saying that you kill animals for one reason and your reason for killing animals is better than mine. And then I also said, if I just wanted to kill animals, I would go get a job at PETA so I can kill animals year round. I would rather hunt for my own food 2 weeks out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just shit like that.
Is it still ongoing?
They haven't responded to me since then. It went back and forth for a while, but there's a bunch on there.
Of what did I call it? Fucking evasive responses. They just ran out.
And then I started to obviously get responses that were negative from PETA supporters. And one
really? See, I couldn't see any of that.
And one of them debated, and one of them I just debated because he called me a fucking idiot and said I had no proof that meat was important to your diet. He said, name one nutrient that's in meat that's not in plants, and I went and found a study that showed 5 important nutrients for your brain that's in meat that's not in plants, and then we debated that. And
yeah, I said something about bacteria and.
Yeah, he said that B12 isn't actually in the meat. It's B12.
Bacteria that's on the meat or something.
The bacteria that gets on the meat is what carries all the B12, which is just fucking bullshit, vegan, cultish, fake science. It's not even true. Look, I'm not against people being vegan. My grandparents were vegan. If you want to be vegan because you're against eating animals, I understand that, but don't fucking lie and
it's almost
buy into fake science and say there's nothing.
It's like the religion debate.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to fucking believe there's a bearded white man in the sky, or that fucking that God put dinosaur bones in the earth to test your faith, then by all means, fucking be an idiot and believe it.
The vegan diet is healthy in a lot of ways, but if you're going to go vegan and forego all animal proteins and stuff, you have to supplement. Why do you have to supplement? Because you can't fucking get everything you need from plants. It's fine if you want to do that. I understand it, but don't lie and say that there isn't things that meat has that you need, that you absolutely need. And vegans go all the way to the point to trying to claim that we were never meant to eat meat and all this shit. It's not even true. We've always been omnivores and we always will be.
We'll just leave it at that. We're almost 50 minutes in. You guys want to take a break? We'll get back into some
stogie,
some more heated
and if you
topics.
got a problem with stogies, fucking text me.
PETA is a death camp. PETA kills animals.
Yeah, go splash some fake blood on your mom's fucking beaver pelt, bitches. Oh, all right. We're back with the CMP CaveCast number 13. Well, so you saw the Natasha Leggero thing from the New Year's Eve. Whatever. Did you watch the joke itself, or?
Yeah, because everybody was posting about it on Twitter.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've seen, like a post from Norton or something like that. He had a great one. He said, "If what was it? If you find yourself to be the kind of person that gets offended at jokes like Natasha Leggero's, then I know the one thing that you should do is just kill yourself right now."
Yeah.
And basically, what it is, because I'm Phil Dillon, and I guess. She's a comedian, you know. Natasha, okay. Well, she was with Carson Daly and Anthony Anderson and what's that? The lesbian chick,
Ellen
from Glee. No.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
She's from 40-Year-Old Virgin. And
yeah, I know.
I forget what her name is, but they're doing the New Year's Eve thing or whatever, and apparently SpaghettiOs was catching a bunch of heat because. They put up their little SpaghettiO character with a American flag and said something about the Pearl Harbor, like celebrate the Pearl Harbor anniversary with us, and they basically felt that SpaghettiOs was using veterans dying or something as a promotional tool, which kind of, but
and why would you want to? Why would you want to celebrate Pearl Harbor?
Everybody does, I guess. But So Natasha Leggero said, "It's a shame that, God damn it, I can't remember it word for word. I'm gonna fucking butcher this." But.
I just heard it a little bit ago. She goes, "It's like a shame that the only Pearl Harbor survivors are being mocked by the only food that they can still chew.
Yeah,
I think is what she said.
Yeah, it was basically like they don't have any teeth. They can't chew
they're
food.
old.
So it's the only food they can eat is SpaghettiOs. And fucking Anthony Anderson lost it. Like, he started laughing, and Carson was like, oh, kind of, you know, he laughed and everything.
Yeah, but Carson's
it was a funny fucking joke. But Twitter blew the fuck up. There was a bunch of people that basically, like, I saw her. Did you read her post about it or whatever?
Yeah.
Basically,
her
she
response.
said, yeah, she said, fucking, you know what, it was a joke. Fucking, I'm not sorry about it. I could be one of the people that, you know, try to cut the backlash off and give you a fake apology, but that's exactly what it would be, is a fucking fake apology. And, you know, like, if you're the type of person that gets offended by a joke about the vets, then, or if you feel like the vets don't get, you know, what they need, then do what I do and donate to, was it Injured Veterans
It's some
Fund
sort of
or
thing.
something like that. Basically, like, fuck you guys, you know, like, it was a joke. This is what I'm doing to help things. And
It wasn't even a bad.
it wasn't. Yeah, it was
It
not.
was about that. It was basically the essence of the joke is anybody that survived the Holocaust is old.
Yeah,
That's it. And it's just like that's not that bad of a joke.
no.
Or not the Holocaust, but Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, yeah, same era, right?
Yeah.
Well, so then after her big thing, she posted like a page of all of the Twitter responses of people calling her a cunt and saying, I bet she wouldn't be able to chew SpaghettiOs with if she got her face smashed in with a lead pipe. And like, people were fucking that mad about it to where they were talking about. So it's like, if you're gonna be offended by a joke like that and then threaten violence on a 100-pound female comedian,
Yeah.
like, you should really fucking check yourself on
I
it.
talked about that on a post on Facebook a while ago.
Oh, did you?
Because not this joke, but about being offended, and it was in response to the fucking Duck Dynasty thing.
Okay, yeah.
It was because I noticed a lot of these people that are super religious that I'm friends with on Facebook were posting. They were standing up for the Duck Dynasty guy's freedom of speech because he's against gays because he's religious. Mm-hmm. And I'm totally fine with them standing up for. I don't agree with him.
Right. But you should be able to say what you think.
And what my post was about was I was like, I'm happy to see that, you know, that all you religious people are standing up for freedom of speech for Phil Robertson. I just hope that you continue to stand up for freedom of speech when it's you that are offended and you that don't agree.
Yeah.
Because it's either freedom of speech for everybody across the board, or it's nothing.
Fucking sick of people getting. That's why, like, my humor has gotten increasingly more offensive, or you know, to some people it would be, just because I feel like I'm just fucking daring somebody to get offended by me, and you know, like, it hasn't happened yet.
Louis C.K. said, like, his quote was, being offended is healthy because it makes you think. Mm-hmm. And I said on Facebook, just kind of thinking about in that same post, I said, if you're an adult and you can't handle being offended every once in a while, then you probably have emotional problems. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be offended. So you hear something and you don't like it. If your response isn't, well, fuck that guy, you know, I disagree with him. If your response is like, this has to be stopped,
fired,
you know, you should fucking check yourself. It's okay to be offended every once in a while.
Yeah, I put that video up of Patrice a while back, just owning that bitch about a rape joke or something like that. And he said, you know what? Maybe the joke isn't funny, but you should be able to attempt any joke.
Yeah.
If it doesn't turn out funny, then it's not funny, and fucking people won't like you. Okay. Or people won't like your comedy or whatever, but you should be able to fucking try anything. And then, like, Matt and Trey Parker back in the day, they said, you know, it's either all gotta be okay or nothing. You know, it's like fucking.
And that was why
you can't pick and choose about a joke you're gonna be offended about.
That's why I was attacking the Facebook people, because these same people that were standing up for Phil Robertson's right to say that he doesn't like gay people are the same. You know, they're claiming that it's his religious belief. And I wrote a thing about beliefs recently too, but I was just like, look, if you're gonna stick up for him on this, then you have to be able to. You should stick up for freedom of speech when you're also offended, because it's and that's why I completely
hypocrisy.
disagree with what the guy said on Duck Dynasty. Actually, I agree with part of it, because what he said is I don't understand why guys want to fuck guys' assholes when they can be fucking vaginas.
Yeah,
I agree with that part.
Yeah, he thinks vaginas are better than assholes, but also part of the religion is condemning people that don't.
Yeah, but I'm not against gays though.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be allowed to say that. I don't agree with him at all. I think he's a jackass, but you should be allowed to say that.
I think it was a beautiful thing to happen because all of the the rape jokes and the fat shaming jokes or whatever, and I'm sorry, Kynes.
Yeah.
And it just it fucking, people want to rage and get people fired and blah blah blah, and then this put them in the spotlight. Those people that are usually offended by that shit or the religious jokes or whatever were the people. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. Those were the people that finally, kind of made them look like hypocrites.
Yeah,
so to speak. If you're fucking, like you said, fucking, I don't have a problem with him saying it. I may think he's an idiot, but that's all there is to it. It's just, it is what it is.
And it's just funny to see the Christian right come out and chanting freedom of speech because they agree with the guy when the Christian right are the worst people in the world trying to censor people. They censor people's music, they censor movies, they censor cartoons. They're the reason that there is any censorship in the world, and for them to come out in Phil Robertson's defense and say freedom of speech is just hilarious. And I'm cool with that. If they're going to switch and agree with freedom of speech,
hopefully they look at that and it's like, oh,
yeah.
Well, I guess
that was the whole point I was trying to make.
But they won't. That won't change anything.
Hell no.
That being said, Natasha Leggero, she was on Getting Doug with High.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier. It is Doug Benson. You know about it. Well, for the people that don't, fucking every Wednesday at 4:20, Doug Benson puts out a video podcast sort of thing that lasts about 45 minutes, where he has a comic come on and they just get baked. They just fucking smoke weed and talk about weed topics and
on YouTube.
Just whatever. Yeah, it's on YouTube. But that being said, I'm offended at Natasha Leggero for fucking not being able to hang. First of all, she just got fucking ripped.
I haven't seen that.
And she wasn't fucking funny at all. It was like, because part of that is like they get too big to actually be good comics that they are, which is funny in itself. But she she took a bong hit of a bong that had no water in it, and like
dry heads are the worst.
Well, no, she pulls the carb and then blows all the smoke. If there was water in it, she'd have been covered in fucking bong water. But she blows all the smoke back out and she sets it down like, yeah, just took a bong hit. And she's just like, yeah, it's really smooth that way. Like, it was just a totally fucking... She just was trying to hang with a fucking seasoned stoner. And
I noticed on the 3 I watched, most people seem to like to roll joints.
Yeah.
Like, that's usually what they do. Because Doug offers you a plethora of fucking...
Yeah, he's like, do you like most bongs?
He's hilarious.
Bong for the lady. And joints and fucking, they got vaporizers and all kinds, and edibles and shit.
Doug Benson's awesome. If you his podcast, Doug Loves Movies.
I've never looked at it. I never checked it out.
You should listen to it. He'll have like 3 or 4 comedians come on, and
I feel like he just knows so much more about movies than I do that I would get lost.
Well, they talk about, like, they'll go through the list, what have you seen, and then they play a game that they made up called the Leonard Maltin game, and it's like and all the while they're all cracking jokes and it's comedians and stuff. The Leonard Maltin game's pretty cool. Basically, if I give you, like, let's say the movie's Die Hard. Well, actually, the whole point is, like, I give you a movie from a category, and then I tell you what Doug will do is he'll give you a review from Leonard Maltin, and then he'll say, I'll give you, there's 14 names in the cast, and you have to bid how many names you can guess the movie in from the bottom up. So if there's 14 names, you would probably say 14 because you'd want all the names, and then it goes to me, and I either have to bid less names than you or tell you to name it. And then let's say it got all the way down to 6 names. So, and then I said 6, and then it got to Dylan, and Dylan told me to name it. So Doug would read 6 names from the bottom of the cast up. And I would have to guess the movie, and if I didn't, then Dylan would get a point, and if I got it, I'd get a point. It's pretty cool.
Interesting. Anytime you get a bunch of comedians together talking, it's good.
The reason why the show is good is because they talk about movies, and it's a bunch of comedians, really.
Yeah. Well, since fucking we watched the Joey Diaz thing yesterday, I kind of introduced Moni and Bud and Dylan to Joey Diaz. Joey Coco Diaz, cocksucker. He fucking hung tough. Like, he's the only person I've seen outsmoke Doug Benson on his own show. Like, he was just, what the fuck ever, give me that bong, fucking, we taking another one yet or what, Doug Benson? Just like, he just go off, and they're doing edibles and shit, and yeah, he fucking...
His, what was that? His bread that he makes?
Oh, the banana bread?
Yeah. Whatever you do to not
see that? Joe's like, I got a text message from Red Band, and it says, it says, whatever you do not eat fucking Joey Diaz's banana bread. And he's telling a story about eating the banana bread and going to some CBS fucking meeting or something like that. And he's like, I had a suit on and everything. I'm sweating and shit. Because he ate the whole thing. He didn't want to leave it in the car to melt or whatever. And and he's just like, I just had to, they were all trying to talk to me, and I was just like, sorry guys, I gotta fucking go. Like, he's talking about getting stuck in traffic and taking his shirt off and shit in the car because he's just sweating too much. And that line, there's 2 lines that I will always remember. That's fucking, he's talking about how much he hates ranch because like places try to give ranch out with chicken wings, and he says it's either blue cheese with chicken wings or go fuck your mother. And then the other one was talking about climbing up the ladder into that chick's window, and he's only climbed up in there on a ladder and through a window and ate her pussy on a Quaalude. And I fucking just snuck out like a fucking burglar in the night.
He just really seriously broke into the chick's house, ate her vagina, and then left.
Yeah, and then like 2 weeks later, fucking she was like, that was amazing. And I'm like, yeah, fucking right it was. Yeah, he's a fucking character. People at home, fucking check out Joey Diaz. I'm sure anybody that's listening to this either knows Kynes or I, and fucking has already been shown him. But Joey Diaz, just watch anything with him, like literally, even if it's not his stand-up, because his stand-up's pretty fucking good. But like, anytime the dude's telling stories, it's a crack up. Did you see the clips of him and Joe on? God damn it, the conspiracy theory guy that looks like
Alex
fucking
Jones.
Ritter. Yeah, Alex Jones. Did you see
Ritter?
Yeah, John. He looks like John Ritter. But yeah, apparently, I don't know if that was a public radio show or something, but Joey gets up and starts saying cocksucker and motherfucking and suck my dick. Okay.
Alex Jones is on public radio where you're not supposed to cuss. And Joey Diaz was like, these fucking cocksuckers.
he went the fuck off.
He wouldn't stop either. No matter how many times.
Fuck you. He's, I'll call Obama right now, motherfucker. I don't care. That's freedom of speech.
And Joe was sitting next to him the whole time, like,
just crying. Yeah, he was crying. Well,
what were they thinking? Like,
dude, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. Like, there's either you gotta fucking have some kind of time delay where you can get the beeps in, or just, you gotta know. Switching gears, I saw a video today. I don't know if you saw this thing, but China scientists have created glow-in-the-dark pigs.
No.
You haven't? Here, I'll look it up for you right now. Basically, I looked into it to see. It's like, what the fuck? Why would they have glow-in-the-dark? Like, what's the need for it? And it says, oh, Jesus, it's my dad. I'll answer it.
Hello?
Hey, you're on the CaveCast right now.
I am?
Yeah, I hope this isn't a serious family matter.
When we're done, can you come up and help me load the washing machine?
Yeah? That's all you got to bring to the fucking table?
That's all I got to offer to that, man. Sorry.
Alright, well,
I didn't have time to prep.
yeah, we got another half an hour.
Okay. Yeah, it'll take me that long to get headphone stuff, so.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Lame.
That one we did with him was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Now-
Dylan still hasn't listened to it because he was offended that he wasn't involved, I think.
I wanted it to happen because because of that Facebook thing.
Yeah, and we didn't even really get into it that much, but it was good regardless.
No, we got on it. We got on the right topic though and stuff. So
Yeah. All right, here it is. Scientists create glow in the dark. It's basically trying to, for some reason, they injected their embryos with, God damn it, jellyfish that glow in the dark. They have some glow in the dark thing, and they injected their embryos with it. And here, we'll watch it. Look at that shit. Their hooves and their snouts glow in the fucking dark.
what's the point?
Yeah.
What I only thing I could find was they said they were trying to have cheaper ways to make medicine or something like that for people.
That makes no sense.
And I couldn't find anything else that explained it scientifically because I couldn't figure it out. It's just like, look at those motherfuckers just glowing in the dark.
I think it's just a bunch of crazy Chinese guys going, you know what would be cool if pigs glowed in the dark.
Yeah,
Let's do
which
that.
it is. They turn the lights off because somebody's fucking that pig right now.
Yeah, no shit.
And you know how Chinese porn is, you can't show penetration, so...
Yeah, which is weird, but they'll eat
Is
the
that
chick's
why?
face every time.
That's weird because I was watching a porn from one of my favorite porn actresses, and it said, I think
Wait, who is it?
I think it was Whitney Stevens,
Oh, okay.
and she was Whitney Stevens.
I'm unbeknownst to this person. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's for her specifically. It's her boobs, but it goes Whitney Stevens has sex with Asian guy, and his dong was like blurred out
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, they don't
Everything
show...
else was normal, but
It's weird.
There's just like a blur on his dong. And
Maybe that's just what Asian dudes' dongs look like. Maybe like
They're just
maybe they just whip them out in real life and there's just a fucking pixelation over them for
they
some
got
reason.
like digital dongs.
Yeah. I mean, they are
glow in the dark.
pretty advanced technologically, I guess. But yeah, they're fucking glow in the dark pigs. What do you think about Asa Akira? You know.
I'm not a huge Asian fan, but she's good.
As far as
I'm not at all. Like
I like the new.
I don't find them attractive. Really don't. I'm
No,
not saying
rarely.
I
not
wouldn't-
a
I'm not saying I
glimpse
wouldn't
of the
get
yellow
involved,
fever.
but I'll tell you right now, like, you know, and I'm here's where it comes where I gotta say I'm not racist.
Here comes some racist shit, folks.
Like I cannot watch porns. I do not watch porns with black dudes in them, and I cannot watch Asian chicks. Just can't do it. Doesn't nothing.
Well, the reason why I don't like the ones with black guys in them is because I can't put myself in his position, is because he's black and he has a huge dong.
I got a tan dick, but I mean,
it's just hard to put myself where he's at because he looks so much different. And Asian girls, I'm the same way. They're just my favorite. I think there's only two in porn that I've ever like tried, like went out of my way to watch them, and I think
Kobe Tai.
No, Kira Kenner, and she's only half.
I think Asa Akira is probably only half too, or
And
would say.
like Lelana Lee or something like that.
Leilani Lee.
Yeah, I think so.
I think is what it is.
My new favorite, like she's like kind of new with past 2 years, is Mia Malkova.
Oh my god, the blonde one?
Yeah,
She got a fucking
this is where,
bubble booty on her.
You guys know way more about this than I do.
Mia Malkova is like, check her out, seriously.
Yeah, dude, her ass is so.
This is the problem of not having a smartphone.
Exactly, dude. You're fucking up.
I just remember
What about,
names really good. too.
Christy Mack. What do you think about Christy Mack?
Yeah.
She's kind of got a meaty undercarriage, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like that. I like everything. You know.
You guys familiar with Ava Angelina?
Yeah.
Is she
Mexican? Yeah, she's hot.
I feel like I've seen the
She
name.
wears
but
like glasses and shit.
I also like Lorena Sanchez, Elena Harris.
See, those ones don't ring a bell.
Hot Latina girls.
Alexis Texas.
She got a big ass, man.
Yeah. That's it. I'm out of names.
I love going to, like, you know, on the cable box, you like scroll up to the pay-per-view channels. Like, I'll sit there, dude, with my mom. I'll turn it up there and just start reading the ones I think are hilarious.
They're all funny.
I get my mom laughing so hard for like the first like minute, and then eventually it gets into her getting pissed off and telling me it's enough. But there's like one that's all 1 foot dong, and that's it. Like, I was just, and then like it's like white girls take 12 black. and that's it. And my mom's all, why is it just? As I read it 12 inches, my mom's like, how do you know it's 12 inches? I'm all, we'll read it. 12 black. What is it? He doesn't explain anything. 12 inches black.
Could be 12 dudes though. 12 black dicks.
Like, buckets of cum was one that I saw. I was like, that's awesome.
I do the classic there's one that says explode in my wet box, and I'll be like, Mom, what's box? I'm like, I don't know.
There's
trying to get her to explain it to me.
I was like, I told you.
And is it cardboard? It's gonna explode anyways if it gets wet. I mean,
I'd be like, the thing's just gonna fall apart.
I brought up the cream pie surprise thing on one of the other ones. There's a
I forgot about that.
There's a movie of just cream pie surprises, and in the title, it couldn't be more self-explanatory. It's called "Don't Come in My Pussy." Perfect.
To the point, direct.
Yeah.
I had a nickel for every time I heard that fucking sentence.
And you can bet your bottom dollar that the guy doesn't follow the instructions.
Every time we get on porn somehow or another. Every single time.
Speaking of that, did you guys see that movie Don John?
No, I saw the preview where he's jamming out to the song in his car and he pulls up and just stops all of a sudden because there's somebody next to
Joseph Gordon-Levitt wrote and directed his own movie and starred in it. It's actually good, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, he's
Is it about porn or something?
he's a porn addict, and he's like this one of those New Jersey sort of like meathead
Guido douchebags,
but he's addicted to porn. And he goes out with Scarlett Johansson in it, and Julianne Moore's in it. It's pretty good, dude.
Yeah,
he's like addicted on a level that I've never.
Julianne Moore, is that the one that was in Boogie Nights?
Mm-hmm. He meets her because Scarlett Johansson makes him go back to school because she's one of those bitches that when she gets in your life, she just takes control. And then he meets Julianne Moore there, and Julianne Moore helps him with his porn addiction problem and stuff. But the movie is actually
I think I heard one of the scenes where he finally gets to bone Scarlett Johansson, and then they bone, and 10 minutes later he's out in the living room fucking looking at porn on his computer.
Because in the movie he says that he likes sex and everything, and he gets sex all the time, but it doesn't compare to porn because.
See, I can imagine that. I mean, sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Being addicted to porn?
No, just where sometimes I'd much rather just watch a porno.
That's the way he is, and the reason why is because you got basically anything you want right there at your fingertips.
Oh man, can you imagine being a kid growing up in the world that we have now? First of all, we went to high school where there was no social media, which I'm fucking could not feel more blessed about.
Yeah.
No social media. We're the last generation, man.
Yeah, we pretty much are. No social media. Kids, I think I seen a stat the other day that the average age of the first time a kid watches a porn is 11 or something, or 10 maybe even.
Now?
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys, I don't know if it was the same.
Yeah.
If it was the same for you guys, but we used to the only time we saw anything close to porn was either if one of our parents had a magazine stuck in a drawer somewhere or something like that, or
thank you, Gramps.
Yeah. I remember one time it was me, Moni, and Marshall walking by Sunny Slope, the old school, and down in a fucking ditch where there's a culvert and shit, there was somebody had just tossed one, and we grabbed a hold of ripped a page out of it and left the rest there for some other lucky kids to stumble over, and we just had that page that we just would look at,
Was it was that ditch when you're exiting the parking lot of Sunny Slope, right there to the left?
No, it's across the football fields. On right, what's that?
I think me and Anthony ran across one at some point in time.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure because that's what you do. You leave it there for the next. You don't want to just hog all of the.
Somebody left it outside the school on purpose. Too.
He was probably watching kids and jacking off out the window or something.
Like the porn fairy.
Yeah,
like that's what they do.
Creepy dude, fucking.
Because for some reason, kids always have these stories about finding a porn somewhere outside.
No,
me and Anthony found this on the way back from fishing. We fished at his grandma's house, and then we walked all the way back to where we lived in the park. And on the way back there was this fucking porn called Ass Reamers Part 3. It was obviously a porn. Even though it was a VHS, it just looked like a porn. And the title was obvious.
It hasn't been handled with care.
Yeah. It's laying there in the ditch.
Like many of the asses in the film itself.
It was laying there in the ditch just like that magazine. We took it back to my house and we put it in. And the scene starts off like way zoomed out. And it's looking at a boxing ring. And you just see the back of what looks like a chick that has long hair. And she's just blowing this dude. And the guy's like leaning against the ropes. And it zoomed all the way in, and it was a dude blowing.
I knew you were gonna go.
Yeah, but
why would they try to fake you out like that?
Well, I mean, I don't think it was meant to. I think it was just we didn't start off at the very beginning. We just put it in and started off right from where it was, and it just turned out to be that Ass Reimers 3 was a gay movie, and we were like, the fuck.
Well,
but you always why do you find shit like that in the woods and in ditches and shit? It's weird.
Yeah, it's a porn fairy, I guess. I think it's just some creepy dude that just watches and he gets off on the expressions of the kids when they find it or something.
Maybe
the surprise on their little innocent faces. I know we've gone completely off the rails, and this is what it's going to be the rest of the time. But dude, it just reminded me of, and you follow Kevin Smith on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Did you see a few days ago something he put up? It was okay. I forget what the website was called, but there was a link to it. Kevin Smith put a link up, and it said basically, man with 2 dicks mentions Jason Mewes as somebody he'd want as a partner.
No, I didn't see that.
And then he said, "Go for it, Jay." And so I'm like, I gotta see it, so I click on it.
Yeah, I would have clicked on it if I would have.
And you scroll down, and the dude has fucking 2 dicks.
Like, wow.
2 non-deformed, other than the fact they still had the fucking...
So he's literally double donging, like...
Double donging.
Wow.
And me and my friend used to make jokes about this all the time. Like we would be talking to girls and be like, yeah, I got 2 dicks. But they never touch. We never let them touch because that'd be gay. Like, if you let your 2 dicks touch, that'd be gay. Well, so we joked about this for years, and then all of a sudden, fucking... I found it, so I had to read the fucking... Like, okay, seeing that was not... That didn't scar me, It's like, oh, because I have 2 dicks. But then I had to read the interview because I had to know if it was like a surgery thing, like you had one put on there or something like that.
Yeah.
No. It grew like that from birth. Like, they're just fucking 2 dicks.
Wow.
And he's gay as fuck. And he's talking about it gets... Like, he has to milk his own prostate and shit because it gets too full with the 2 dicks or something like that. He can't fucking keep it empty enough or something like that. And
Jesus.
And so he fists himself and like fucking... so
it gotta be a downfall or an upside.
He's talking about a 7-way where like dudes and chicks are involved, and I don't even remember. It was quite an intricate puzzle he was weaving.
Yeah, if
where
you
he
had
was
2
the
dicks,
centerpiece.
you'd be all fucked up in the head, probably.
Yeah, 2 dicks though. It's like I didn't. And they both get hard. He said, oh god, he said the right one comes like a lot, and then the left one just dribbles when he comes. Like,
so he's got a squirter and a globber.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
But and goddamn curiosity, fucking, I just read through the whole thing, and there's things that I read in there that I don't. It affected me. I didn't realize that there's that fucking
freaks of
weird
nature,
of
man.
People. Yeah, but he mentioned, they said, who are the celebrities that you'd want to bone? And he said James Franco, and he's all, I feel like if I told James Franco I had 2 dicks, he'd want to see it, and then he'd want to suck one of them, or something like that. And then Jason Mewes was the other one.
Jason Mewes probably would.
Yeah. I always think about that story from Kevin Smith when he's talking about when he first met him.
Yeah, he blows everything in the room.
It was some arcade or something. He just starts sucking off everything in the room. Fucking knobs, fucking door handles, whatever. He's all, I knew I had to have him on my team. But, okay.
Yeah, Mewes is a spaz.
Dude, can we spend 5 minutes just destroying dubstep right now? I'm so fucking sick of it. I got forced to listen to it for like 2 hours at work the other day.
You got a tissue anywhere? I got a booger on my finger.
No. I don't.
Got a piece of old mail.
Here you go. That's garbage. Ew. Thanks for that.
What is this, wax paper? This ain't coming off?
Yeah, it was from
I don't
sticker.
think I've heard much dubstep. Like, I don't know.
Good for you, dude.
I don't understand what it is.
It's fucking.
I'm out of what is dubstep?
It's. So do you remember like drum and bass techno from when we were younger in high school?
Yeah, Brandon listens to that shit.
Well, it's like
He probably listens to dubstep.
it's like that with
He likes
fucking
trance. That's his
It's
genre.
dude. It's all. I'm just so sick of it.
And you.
My
This is the one
fucking
that just lost his virginity.
Mm-hmm.
my little brother the other day, because he's all into it, and he's showing me a video from some concert they went to, where it's like a rave kind of thing, and he's all, oh, this is the drop right here. It's the bass drop. These goddamn kids just, ugh, I hate it. And it's like, it's basically, like, and then they drop the bass and kids go nuts, and the lights and ecstasy or whatever. I don't know, fucking. But every song is fucking, it sounds cool for about 45 seconds, and then it just repeats itself again.
That's techno.
And fucking, I'm just so goddamn sick of it. And I did a rap fucking 3 years ago in a song about fucking how it was a fad that soon deflated or something like that. Like, I basically called dubstep called its demise within a year or something like that in one of my raps, and fucking sure enough, dude, years later it's still going strong, and I just don't goddamn get it. Like, it fucking...
Why is it called dubstep?
I couldn't tell you.
Huh.
It should be called fucking cyborg vomiting.
So it's just another branch of like trance house.
House.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, and it's just fucking mindless, and the fucking talent that it takes
I'm gonna
to
start
come
my
up
own
with.
version of it. It's gonna be called Lower Level Apartment Complex.
That sort of music, the thing is I can see enjoying it if you were on ecstasy.
Yeah.
And you wanted to dance, but sitting at home or whatever and just listening to music, I don't understand.
Well, yeah, when I did DMT, when we did fucking, I just wanted to listen to some instrumental shit, and that's where I threw on that Bernard Dolan instrumental album that I had, and we just listened, we got through the first like 4 or 5 songs or whatever, and it was made for an amazing backdrop, like I didn't want to hear words, but
yeah, like Brandon, he'll sit and listen to techno at his house and shit, like trance, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude, this is it's repetitive and it doesn't go anywhere, and there's usually no lyrics, and like I can enjoy an instrumental, but I like it to go somewhere.
Especially if it's going to be an instrumental, it's got to be able to stand on its own. And
that's the point. Like, I don't
just repeat itself after every fucking 45
no,
to a minute.
I can honestly say I'm not a fan if that's what dubstep is.
Dude, I want a fucking, what's that cocksucker's name? This little nerdy looking motherfucker that's got long hair and it's shaved on the sides. Skrillex. Yeah. I want to grab him by his fucking tuft of hair on the top of his head and just fucking slap him like he used to get slapped in high school.
Chick.
He looks like
the lead singer of AFI.
He looks like the lead singer of AFI forcibly raped Corey Feldman, and by some miracle of science, Corey Feldman shit out a baby 9 months later, and then shaved the sides of his hair, and
gross.
taught him how to use a machine.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
Which is coincidentally what I think dubstep actually sounds like, that birthing process.
I'm sick of all these hipster kids, man. They're fucking stupid ass 80s sunglasses they're trying to bring back. They're all like fucking neon green and shit. Like, and they're they wear them like just the thing of people wearing big sunglasses indoors at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning in a bar. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like me and Brink, dude. We always every time we see those dudes in a bar, we always go play that fucking. I wear my sunglasses. And fucking, but the thing is like we get enjoyment out of it, but we're not getting the enjoyment we want. Like, we want them to realize that song's playing and see them be like, oh.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Or something, but
Take
they don't.
off,
They never do.
bitch.
These fucking kids are too young to even know what that song is.
They're not even listening to the lyrics.
Exactly.
No.
If it's they're like, oh, this ain't dubstep. Look.
No, they're like, I really like the way the bass sounds on those speakers for this 80s song.
I've never understood any sort of deliberate sticking to it, like a deliberate style every day.
Well,
I'm not somebody that's ever had style. Obviously, I just don't. I dress like a poor person does, like with hand-me-downs and shit. Like, that's how I've always dressed. But fashion, I've never completely understood it. I mean, even some of my friends, like, they'll get into trends and shit, and they'll be up on things. Maybe if I had money, I would be more
would
deliberate
hope
with the way
not
I dress,
still.
but
It's like
he didn't really get to listen to it much because we didn't have a chance because we were kind of intoxicated last night. But he had never heard of Disappear Acids before until I told him that last night.
oh really? Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
I honestly haven't even heard a whole lot of Bright Eyes. Like I downloaded some shit back in the day, and I don't download music really anymore.
Disappear
that much.
Acids different. It's not.
Yeah, it's different than Bright Eyes because Bright Eyes is like folky and a lot of acoustic stuff, except for Digital Lash, which was
What was the other shit he did? Didn't he do like Connor Oberson, something Mountain Valley Band or some shit?
Yeah,
like that?
We were reading about
Mystic
it last
Valley
night.
Band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That started off as what was supposed to be a solo project, but Desaparecidos was like his alternative or punk thing.
Yeah, he's almost as good as Jack White.
I liked to read the music. They only did the one album, and they just recently what they're doing is they're releasing 2 songs at a time on their website. That's what the new shit is. But they only put out one album.
So the Disappearcidos is the new band, or
It's what he did. Read Music, Speak Spanish was their full length.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a long time ago. Recently, they're just putting out 2 tracks at a time on their website. So they only have one actual.
That's good. No, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I just posted one of the new songs on Facebook because I just found out they put out some new tracks, and it was like dedicated to Anonymous, the hacker group. It's called. You put Desaparecidos Anonymous. That's the name of the song, and it was like an anthem for Anonymous. And
Is that those dudes that are wearing the V for Vendetta mask?
The Guy Fawkes mask. Yeah. All right. Well, fuck. You guys ready to wrap this thing up?
I'm down.
When I'm talking. Oh. Do you know what's up with NFL playoffs? Like how this is gonna work now? Who plays who next week?
The winner of the Niners are playing Panthers.
Oh, the Panthers was the other
Chargers got to play the Broncos.
one. Okay. Who plays New England?
New England plays
The winner of the Chargers. Wait, no.
Chargers play Broncos. Niners play Panthers. Eagles play.
Whoever the
Eagles
Chiefs
win.
blew,
No, Saints play.
The Chiefs blew the lead yesterday to who? Oh, the Colts play the
Pats.
The Pats, yeah, okay.
And then the Saints play fucking Seahawks, I think. No,
Okay.
that's not right.
Who's the other NFC team?
That makes sense because
Does it? Yeah.
because the Cardinals needed the Saints to lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Cardinals needed to win that game against the 49ers and the Saints to lose to make it in, and it didn't.
The fucking Chargers,
Since
man.
my Cowboys are out, I am going with the Seahawks just to keep peace in my home.
I'm actually kind of going for the Seahawks too. I wanted the Eagles to win, and they didn't.
I called it a few weeks ago that I thought it was going to be Denver and the Seahawks in the
Did you see that sweatshirt, the limited edition sweatshirt, the Cowboys?
That one? With
No.
the 2 middle fingers?
It was on today or whatever, and Ashley's like, I'll buy it if you want. I was like, well, fuck yeah. You know, I'm just like, well, I gotta wait till I get home tonight, and fucking, it has like a big D on the bottom with a star in it, and it just says she wants the D.
What?
Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
Are you kidding? You're going to get that?
Fucking yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's only like $40, I think, or $35 or something.
Really?
And it's like limited edition. They're only selling.
What
like
color is
100
it,
or
blue?
something. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well,
There's like 23 pre-order right now, but they got to sell at least 33 of them to make them and then sell them, or whatever. But
did you ever see that one that's in there?
No.
I'll show you after we're
Maybe.
done.
I was going for the Eagles because I wanted Chip.
Fuck the Eagles.
Fuck Chip Kelly.
I wanted
Kelly
to
and
him
Fuck
fucking.
Chip Kelly, dude. Not only did he fuck us over and leave us, the Ducks, but then he had to go into my fucking division and start fucking around.
Yeah, well, you got a point, I guess, but I still wanted to see him do work.
Oh, I'm not going to the pros. I'm staying. Oh, yeah, I'm going
I
to the
like
pros.
that
No, I'm
little-
going back. No, I'm going to the pros.
There was a little blurb from him, some interview that he did right before the game or at halftime today of the game, and they're like, "What's your plan, Chip?" And he's all, "Score fucking points. What's your plan?" Like, that was pretty fucking cool. I thought that was...
That Duck game, though, that one time after the game when they're interviewing him and that kid's in the background all, ah! And he'll turn around and he's all, will you shut up? And the kid's all, like, this around walks off. I was all, fuck yeah. Oh, shit.
Look, I think it sucks that he left the Ducks, but dude, you can't blame a guy for wanting to try his hand at the pros.
I didn't have really an issue with it until I went to my division. That's when I was like,
I could
really
understand.
fuck off.
That's the part I got. Him trying his hand at the pros, unless he lied to everybody, and because I don't remember him did he promise he was going to stay? with the
He
Ducks?
said he was gonna go.
No, he didn't. Yeah, he said all. Even the year before, he said I always said I'll entertain offers. And the year before, they thought he was gonna leave, and because he talked to a few teams.
That's what. So if then you can't like unless
Well,
it's,
before he went to the pros, he fucking said that he's all I'm not gonna leave. And then all of a sudden, he was entertaining an offer by the Eagles, and said that he was probably gonna take the deal, and he opted out of it and said he was gonna stay. And then the next day, he fucking left.
Oh, so he did do some dickery shit.
Whatever, fucking.
But still, you can't blame him for wanting to try the pros.
Went from one shit team to another. That's all.
Eagles haven't huddled once this whole season.
Not once.
Not once. Their average play is about 23 seconds, and it's the fastest in the league this
I
year.
wondered if he was gonna be able to pull that off, and it seems like he did it pretty seamlessly. Like,
look, he is his first year. He's brought something new, and they actually did go to the fucking playoffs. It's pretty good first year.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing, it could go one of two directions. Either he could get better, or maybe everybody figured him out in 1 year, and they're going to be one of the worst teams. It'll go one way or the other.
I was hoping that was going to happen to Kaepernick. I hate that motherfucker. I hope his legs get broke completely off his body.
I don't like
he just
him
gets
either.
dismembered.
His eyes are so
I just
close
hate-
together. He
I
looks
hate
like
the
that
49ers.
fucking. You ever remember that Killmore guy that like peeks up? You ever see
With the
Killmore?
long nose. that
Yeah,
hangs
yeah.
over the fucking-
And his eyes are right next to each other. That's the one Kaepernick reminds me of when I see him. Cause
And
his
chicks
eyes
think
are
he's
just-
hot and shit.
His
Like,
Yeah, dude, it's fucking disgusting. Nick
It's-
Foles looks like fucking Napoleon Dynamite.
Well, look at fucking the Colts. Andrew Luck. God damn, he's a troll under a bridge.
Dude, he reminds me of like a caveman.
Yeah, and there ain't a whole lot of.
Like whenever they got the interception or whatever, and he's all shoot him on the sideline, and he does a slow motion for the commercial. And he's all his big ass fucking his like jaw leaves like
Expect him to
fucking
grab
baseball
Michelle
bat.
Beadle by her hair and drag her into a cave or something like that on the sidelines.
I'll be happy if the Pats don't win for the most part with the teams that are left.
I think
so.
we can all agree upon that.
You know, I want them to lose also, and I hope Tom Brady gets his legs broken. But I'm still gonna listen to Cousin Josh, even still say he was the best quarterback in the league this year. By far, he is not.
Well, who do you think? Peyton, obviously, right? Broken records and.
Yeah. I'd say it's him, and then following right behind would probably be Russell Wilson. Right closely behind.
Yeah, that was a surprise too. All right,
We
anyways.
could have fucking had Russell Wilson. That's the sad part about it.
We just the fucking Cardinals.
And Matt
Floyd
Flynn wouldn't have got paid $20 million to sit on the bench.
All right, Wednesday, January 8th, starting at 10 o'clock. Lucky's Private Stock. Be there, or end up with my foot or my dick or both in your ass.
And also try to get a hold of Natalie on Facebook and convince her to have anal sex with me.
I think we should make that a team effort. Kynes is a good guy. He deserves this. Make it happen for him, people. Good night. See you next time.